Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job.
Welcome back to Nando's Tequila, episode 3. I probably blew y'all ears out with that welcome. I'm sorry. Apologize. But thank you for the views on the last video. I really appreciate it. It's a little work in progress. I mean, I got little tips here and there. But today I got the legend, the myth.
I don't know about a legend.
Boy, shit, my boy Carlos.
Yeah, what's up?
How you been, pa?
I've been good, bro. Been a bit busy. I mean, you know it. We've been trying to put this together for I don't know how long. Yeah, so
it's time consuming. It's straight because like it's always time consuming. I always understand that. But you already know from the get go. Salud. A little bit of centenario. Ay, cosa bien llamada. Salud. Everybody take a shot. Fuck it. Pero bueno. Right to the first subject, bro. I don't even remember, but the last hotel we went to.
Yeah.
I pointed out something about your family. They all graduates, right? Like college graduates.
Yeah.
That is dope.
Not college graduates, high school as of now, but the littlest one is going to college. Yeah.
Going to college already? That is dope because what normal is for Hispanic family is that normally you don't, like, well, back then.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't, like, graduate, like you would go straight into work. And I find it that dope that now it's gonna get to a generation that is gonna be like all the family is graduate, like and it's gonna be weird that it's not a graduate in the family. That is dope. What made you get into college? Like
the biggest thing for me is honestly it always goes back to a saying that my mom used to say is ve a la escuela para que no trabajes en el sol. That always stuck with me. So whether it was going to be like community college or, well, for what it was back then, it was just finish high school. So that way I could do something maybe in an office or whatever the case is. And then I started realizing that I was actually pretty good at school. I blamed that a lot, and I say blame, but also like attest that a lot to my mom because I remember she would me encerraba en un puto cuarto. Hasta que aprendía las cursive letters, the ABCs, all that stuff from like the get-go.
I said, con planas, creo que
I think it is.
Planas.
Oh, I had to always do that. And then like, bro, from the very beginning, I don't know if you ever had like the flip cards for whenever you got in trouble. Yeah. I only ever did yellow for my 5 years from kindergarten to 5th grade. And whenever I got a yellow, it was all hell broke loose, bro. Yeah. So, you know, people got like the red card, the black card to get expelled or whatever the case is. Yeah, I only got 2 yellows my entire kindergarten. And then, just started realizing I don't know. I always say I'm blessed, right? I'm always blessed because I don't like what I do as far as like the schooling and stuff like that. It just happens that I'm good at it. And I also attest that to working in construction at a very young age because I was out with my dad actually not even knowing when I was like 6 years old I was doing the Pythagorean theorem to square off a building. The base of a building. Yeah. So you would do the I forget what it was back then, but it was like 5, 6, 7, right? And that was like the hypotenuse. I had no idea, but that's what we were doing. I don't think my dad even knew, right? No. I attested to all that, and then when I got to high school, my teacher was like, hey, you're really good at math. You should go be an engineer. I didn't know what the fuck an engineer does. So I was like, bet. So then I started applying, and then school started getting back to me. And then all of a sudden, it was between here and State. State was the only school that didn't accept me for some reason. Which
really? Really? Y'all didn't go that opportunity?
It was better, bro, honestly, because I love Charlotte. I love, like, roaming with the city. Yeah. And I mean, you know me, how many people I know, and that's because I came over here. Especially from a small town, it was a big jump in I don't regret it at all. Even though I didn't end up being an engineer, still making that jump and going to college. And honestly, like, I remember my dad crying. It was like the first time I ever seen him cry when he left me here, because it was like, damn, like, that's my son going off to college. And now they're kind of used to it. Like, you actually made a good point where it becomes weird that somebody doesn't go to college.
Yeah.
So my youngest cousin, it was a guy. So his brother's in App State right now, and then he says he doesn't want to go to college, and he'll be the first one. And everybody's bagging on him.
Yeah,
they're like, yo, like,
why?
I went to college, finished, currently about to finish my master's. My sister did nursing. The youngest one's about to go to Chapel Hill. His older brother's at App State. And I think the youngest one's already talking about college, and she's barely in middle school. So he's literally the only one. But if there's a time to do it, it's now, right? Because, you know, all these tactical type of careers are coming back, and they're being paid just as much. And
it's bad because it will become culture. Like, I was talking about it on the first episode, and like, if it becomes a normal, that becomes part of the culture. Like, when you like look towards a Hispanic family, they're like, oh yeah, they're college graduates. A lot of our college graduates. Not saying there weren't a lot of college graduates back then, but like, now it's más visto that like Hispanos are in college.
Yeah.
And like, I love it. I love to see that. I really love to see that. So what are you majoring in?
So my, like, now or my undergrad?
Okay, explain to me, because like I'm new to this. So
undergrad, whenever somebody tells you undergrad is just the regular 4-year college. If they tell you postgrad or graduate school, is anything after that. Unless they go back to get another bachelor's, then it's technically undergrad again. Why you would get 2 bachelors, I don't know, unless you completely hate your first one.
So you gotta go every time you go, like, and get like a certain degree.
It depends. If you want to do a master's, it can be a master's in anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it depends, right? Because some masters like require for your undergrad to be in a specific thing. I don't know that many. Maybe engineering. I'm not sure. But the undergrad was in mathematics for business with a concentration in actuarial science. Fancy terms for financial mathematics. Basically, I can work for like any financial institution or anything that has to do with numbers and finance. And then the actuarial science piece is actually the people that do the pricing behind life insurance. So what those people do is they take into account your age, your location, pretty much mortality rates. They calculate all of that into mortality rate. Put a number behind it.
Around like how many? Yeah. Around what age people die? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
No way.
Your history too. So like your medical history, if your family has medical history.
Like if you get sick easily.
Everything's a number.
What?
Bro. Yeah.
I mean, it's life insurance.
And those motherfuckers are the ones that make a fuck ton of money by doing that.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's what I was about to tell you. And like, so, payment wise, what will you think it's fair? Like, you think you paid the right amount for what you graduated for? Or like you think you paid way too much?
What do you mean?
Cause for your degree, for your degree, like you think like you paid way too much money, or like you think it's a fair price of what you need?
I think I paid less than most people, cause I'll disclose it. I only have like 25,000 in student loans. And that was just because...
that's not bad.
No.
Because I have heard, like, really... Like,
yeah, exactly. And you know, I'm not to shoot anybody in the foot or take shots at anybody, but my degree is a STEM degree. So STEM is science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. So those degrees typically get paid more, right? Versus an arts degree. So somebody that maybe is like a dance major, a music major, etc.
I see.
Those degrees are more, it's subjective, right? So it depends on who your customer is or what you're doing with it.
Yeah. Because they thrive in a certain like market, not in like every market.
And they might not even have a market. They might have just be interested in learning more about it, right? So, you know, some people go off to like fancy art schools, and then they don't end up doing anything, and they end up with like 100,000 in student loans. Yeah, and the 25,000. Honestly, it was like it was a mistake on my end. It could have been a lot less, but I just used it on the side to like.
That's managing money, bro.
Nah, honestly, I'm terrible at financial management, bro. I should be
By the looks of it or sounds of it, you're not that bad.
Well, the thing is, like, I always like shoot myself, but about that, but like the retirement accounts are looking nice, you know, and that's money that I don't ever see. So like, at least I'm covered for retirement.
I mean, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because at the end of the day, you're working, and everything you do is to be able to chill at the end.
Yeah,
then you feel me, to be able to relax at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one was your degree? Sorry, you wanted to explain to me like the grad.
So that was the undergrad.
Yeah.
And then the graduate one is in applied mathematics.
Applied mathematics.
Yeah. So a master's of science in applied mathematics. So you have bachelor's of science (BS), which is usually a little like for people that are trying to hire you, supposedly. This is just hearsay, but they like the bachelor's of science more because it's more like, you know,
hands-on, like, you know,
like it's I don't know, I really don't know the difference, but they always tell you like, oh, BS is a lot better than BA. Yeah, why? I don't know. I think Bachelor of Arts is actually because it's an arts degree, and Bachelor of Science is in a science degree. So.
Because it's in STEM and
exactly, one of the stems.
Okay,
exactly.
I see.
But it's interesting because I think you could do a BA in mathematics.
Because that STEMs is kind of sounding to me like blue collar work, the way that I was talking on the first episode. Because there's a STEM like I don't know what they're kind of like a group, I guess, like union kind of group.
Yeah,
and that's. What it is pretty much like using like science, technology.
Yeah, it's the people that like that have the big jobs, right? The doctors of the world, the engineers of the world, like the ones that are, you know, got the white cap on at the construction sites and, you know, don't really do shit, but they get paid more. Yeah.
Facts.
Exactly.
That's facts.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the master's is, I do believe you can do an MA, but I'm not sure. And then I'm doing a master's of science in applied mathematics.
Yeah. And that's what you're currently doing.
So I have one class in summer, which is about to start, and then I'm currently working on my thesis. So my thesis is just a big project, and the topic of my thesis is the correlation between homelessness and bankruptcy, and the rise of sports betting. So trying to make a correlation there. Yeah, seeing if like the number of homeless people is rising in bankruptcies with the availability of sports betting, because, you know, like FanDuel and what are some of the other ones, DraftKings and some other big
like
apps.
betting
betting apps. They're a lot more available now, and I saw that was pretty interesting, and especially because in North Carolina they're saying that it's about to be legalized next year, because right now nothing's legal in North Carolina. Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, you can't bet in DraftKings. Nope. Yeah, like for like UFC fights. Yeah, you can't bet in like in DraftKings here. That's crazy. I never expected that to be connected. Yeah, at all.
It was just I was talking with my teacher, and we started making that correlation. Like, oh, can we find some sort of correlation here? And that's what the whole project is about. Yeah,
that is dope. Yeah,
so it was between that, which I still can go back if I want to, and AI. But there's really not much data behind AI yet. Yeah, like numbers wise, because it has to be numbers related.
But it's because AI is fairly new, no? Like it's a.
It's what we know as AI. Yes, but AI has been
going on for a decade. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, and your like degrees, how do you plan to like put them onto like a real world scenario or situation?
Well, I said this in the speech because I was the class president for my high school.
Perro, mujeres, I like it, bro.
I was actually really proud of my youngest sister because she ended up being the student body president. Yeah.
That is dope,
and that's the picture that I posted recently, right? Yeah. Like, it was me speaking and then her speaking. And she had the balls to do half of the speech to literally a 98% white crowd in Spanish. Yeah. Which was fucking dope.
That is dope.
Yeah, somebody got it and she put it up on YouTube. And then, like, the first thing she talks about is that 7 years ago, she sat in the stands and watched me do the fucking the speech. And she knew that when she graduated, she wanted to be in that same spot. And I was like, bro,
that is dope.
That's crazy. And it broke my heart because I haven't been back home as much. Because I had a conversation with my mom, actually, when I first started school. Because my aunt called me out. She was like, yo, like, you haven't been coming back as much. But I had already had that talk with my mom. And I was like, hey, listen, I'm about to do something big, right? Like, it's a fucking master's while I'm working.
Yeah.
A lot of people tackle this.
It's time consuming.
Exactly.
Man.
A lot of people tackle just the master's alone. They don't even work.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. And at the time when I started my master's, I had gotten a new house. And when I told my friends, I was like, yo, a lot of people, well, this is what they told me to, like, rein me in and, like, tell me, like, hey, like, you're doing a lot. Like, realize it. Because I got the house, I started school, and I started a new job. A lot of people only tackle one of those things at a time. I did all three. Yeah.
Fuck, respect, bro. Pero to be honest, como yo siempre le he dicho a mi papá, I'm like, uno que está joven,
yeah,
do it.
Yeah.
Because right now is the moment you're going to have the energy, the time, and the capability to do all of them at the same time.
Yep.
You'll be amazed what you could do.
Yeah.
You put your mind to it.
I'm amazed right now that I'm 2 years in and I'm almost done. You know?
Right, bro. Yeah, because he he visto, because, bro, like, your time be busy, bro.
Yeah.
Like, busy, bro. My boy be at work, study, gym.
Yeah, that's
work,
literally
study,
all I do,
gym.
bro.
Work,
That's
study,
literally all I
gym.
do, yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro. And that's a hard schedule.
Yeah.
Like, ain't even going to... I talked about it the last episode, discipline.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of discipline to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I mean, it's people, like you said, it's young people, right? Like, your time is now, right? Like, do shit now. Because when you start having kids, when you start, you know, maybe having a partner, etc., you're gonna have to build time into that.
Build time into it,
you know.
Like, not saying it's bad, people.
It's not.
Like, it's life, but, like, always focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you need to better yourself in order to have a better future.
Yeah, exactly.
For people around you in general.
Yeah. Not only that, but to attract the people that you want around you, right?
Exactly.
Because you can't complain about, like, you know, the people around me aren't doing anything or whatever the case is if you're not doing anything.
Exactly.
It goes back to something as simple as, like, and I'm saying this because I got my petty this morning, right? I was like, a girl told me one time, one of my friends told me, she was like, you can't be complaining about a girl's nails not being done if your shit looking jacked up.
Yes and no, cause look, I work construction.
Yeah.
So I work with concrete.
You can't go do a fucking.
I can't.
Not hands, I get it, right? But, like, your feet.
Okay, yeah.
That's what she was talking about, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at least take care of your hair, take care of your beard. You know what I'm saying? Which you do.
Fact.
You know, you can't be complaining about, like,
la barba has to.
That's what I'm saying.
La barba
That's what I'm saying.
Touched up to
no, but going back to your question about what was it about the how I'm gonna use it or something?
Yeah, how would you put your degrees into a real life situation?
Gotcha.
Like, how would you put it?
Well, I currently use my undergrad because I work as a senior financial analyst. So anything that has to do with numbers, anything like that, right? So we deal with projections. You know Microsoft Excel. So I work in Microsoft Excel and other big data programs all day. So my job is to make sense of numbers. Essentially, like, one of the projects that I'm about to work on is snow removal for 1,700 stores. So essentially, if you think about it, to make it make sense, some stores need it, some stores don't, right? But we have to have pricing for all of them just in case it were to snow all over the United States, right? But one snow company might not cover the entire United States because it's fucking huge, right? 1,700 locations.
Yeah, it's a lot of...
Exactly. So they might only give you pricing for 10. Another one might give you pricing for 700.
Oh, you got to put them, like, together. Be like, oh, you get this area, you get this area, you get...
And you got to work with 90 different suppliers that give you different amount of quotes.
That middle way gets a little funky, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I did this, no, you did this.
Because, like, a mom and pop shop might give you, like, the best pricing, but they can only cover 10.
Yeah.
You know? So you got to make sure that everything's covered. You got to make sure that it fits the mold of whoever the project manager is and what they're looking for. And it fits the budget. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to save money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you put all the raw data, all the money, all the whatever they're charging you into a nice little package thing. in front of the person who doesn't understand and they're just looking at the bottom dollar. Yeah. And that's all my projects are
so
about.
you like you pretty much dumb it down.
Yeah,
You
essentially.
dumb it down to be like, look, this is what you got. Like, okay, and when it comes to that, do you give them like different options, or is it like a one price?
Yeah, it's my job to present different options. Because at the end of the day, they're gonna go with the lowest cost, but it also depends on service, right?
Service, quality.
Yeah, because if you're paying something cheap, you're gonna get something cheap, right?
Obviously. And some people can't understand that, bro. Y'all gotta understand what you get what you pay for, bro. You legit get what you pay for.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay good money, bro, you're gonna get a good quality.
Not always, but most of the time.
That's facts. Not always, but just so you gotta watch out for
Exactly.
But most of the time,
Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay, and then your majors, how would you put that into
The masters?
Yeah.
That one I don't know.
You still trying to figure that out?
Not even that, bro. I did the masters on a whim. A friend of mine sent me a TikTok talking about how cheap the masters was.
Don't tell me a TikTok.
Yeah, literally a TikTok, and he was like, "Yo, like I'm about to move to North Carolina and do this," but he was joking about it. But I actually looked into it and I was like, "Oh, this is cheap as fuck." So I ended up applying. Said screw it, why not? And then I ended up getting like really good. I was lucky enough that when I was in college, I was pretty involved. So I knew some, higher ups in the university. Yeah. So the dean, which is like one of the top people that runs the entire school at UNC Charlotte, was one of my recommendation letters. And then the director of the mathematics department.
Burro.
Yeah. So I guess because of that and the weight of those recommendation letters, that's why I ended up getting a full ride. So I haven't had to pay anything for the masters. Yeah.
That is dope.
Yeah, bro. I got really
But I mean,
lucky
it's
there.
because that is all hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, because not everyone is willing to sit down and study. Because look, personally, I always said that school can sometimes just be like a skill.
Yeah.
Not sometimes. I find it more like a skill. Because I have seen some people that like go to sleep through the whole classroom. Wake up, just catch notes.
Yeah.
Take a test, ace.
Yeah.
And then I seen people study, like bust their ass studying, ace.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I feel like a skill that like some are blessed to like really just have it from like heart, and some work for it.
Yeah.
Some legit put a lot of work into it.
Yeah. So mine it depends on the class. Some of it's blessed. Some of it's hard work. Yeah.
Yeah, because even into that, like that's what I'm saying. Like some people are good at science.
Yeah.
Some people are good at math. Some like that's why I always found school like a skill. And like I don't fully have the skill because like I'm probably not the patient one to study, because I know I can't just go to sleep, wake up and take an ace test. So like I'll have to study, but I'm not patient for that. So that's why I went into the work section.
For sure.
You feel me?
For sure.
But so okay, you don't get a clear idea of how you would use that, because I see you used it. You did it in an impulse pretty much. The degree, but. You still don't have a clear or an idea of.
I mean, bro, honestly, after undergrad is just like stickers, right, on your fucking book or
on your resume.
On your resume, it's just showing that you can go above and beyond. So where I was going with the whole speech and the president, I forgot to go back to it. What I talked about during the speech is a high school degree, and I believe this to be the same of a bachelor's degree. It's just a piece of paper that shows that you can learn something, right? And you can pick it up quick.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because there's some people, like, one of my coworkers has an undergrad in microbiology, and yet she works the same job that I do. Like, you don't have to have the same thing that you're going into. My first job was cold calling, so I was doing like 100 calls a day trying to get people to come over to our company. And then I got the break into financial analyst. But it started off in employee benefits, which is insurance, right? And then it got more focused into the financial analyst, and then I became a senior financial analyst. And it was
all that shit connects.
Yeah, it was financial, a financial institution. Then I went into insurance for like 3 years, And now I'm on home improvement, which are completely different. But once again, my paper shows that I can learn. That's all it is.
And you know the crazy thing is that because I talked about this on the first episode about blue collar versus white collar. Because technically you would be a white collar because you run in the data work and shit. When I would be a blue collar because I'm in construction. I'm usually building, and that's what I told my friend. I'm like, if you realize, we might build society physically. Yeah. But white collars, they run it. Yeah. Because I'm not doing it. Yeah. I'm fucking not sitting there. No, I'm not running numbers. Yeah. I'm not. I'm running a piece of goddamn foam. Stick that shit on the wall. Let's go. Yeah. And that is dope. That is amazing because it all connects. Mm-hmm. It all connects. And that is crazy as hell. I find it amazing because I personally don't got that patience to do it. I personally really don't got that patience. But I'm going to take a quick break because I gotta pee. Yeah. We back. I'm sorry. I had to pee. Had to break the seal real quick already. But shit, empezando de volada, hermano. Un shot. Oh. Salud. Ay, Dios. Ay, Dios.
Corre se va con...
Getting back to that college thing. So far, what's been your funnest part about college? Because, okay, so you actually went to campus, like...
For undergrad, yes.
Okay.
I lived there my first year. Yeah.
And what was the funnest about... Because I heard some college stories can get crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, UNCC, it wasn't too much of a party school. At least not on campus. I do remember meeting some people, and then on the weekends we used to go... Bro, Thursday through Sunday, every single day, we'd start off at Imperial Uptown, and then Friday it was Oak Room, Saturday La Revolucion, now La Única.
Yeah, facts.
And then Sunday, I don't think there was actually a Sunday place back in the day. We just meet up at somebody's place. No. Before Lost and Found, because this was before Lost and Found.
Yeah,
this
Lost
was before
and Found.
Bocao. Yep. Yeah. So we all used to meet up at somebody's place and either by the pool or whatever the case is. So yeah, that was some of the crazier events. I know we did, because of frat, we did travel some. So we used to go to DC and do like on the Potomac River, which is actually crazy to think about, which is I think one of the rivers that even like Washington crossed, and one of the famous battles. Yeah, we were doing
we're on history.
Yeah, we were doing a booze cruise. So like an unlimited drink. Yeah, an all white booze cruise for frat. So that was pretty fun. I've been to DC.
That is dope.
Went to Orlando, to University of South Florida. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold up, like Florida crazy. Just go like a whole full college goes to another college?
No, full college. It was just our fraternity.
Oh, okay.
So they held an event.
And they don't be like problems?
No.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Like because I always see like fraternity, it's kind of like gangs. Like,
I feel that, especially because of the colors and stuff like that.
Not even that, y'all be rapping. Y'all be like, y'all be doing the dance, like, which I find them dope, bro. Yeah. Like that shit is dope, but y'all be rapping.
Yeah. No, there's no beef. No.
That is
because you gotta think about it. At the end of the day, you're still in college. You can still get kicked out and all this other stuff.
You're losing money.
No, but between chapters, especially like if you go visit, like if I'm a bro here in North Carolina, I'll go visit a bro in Atlanta, in California, New York, Jersey. I mean, you met Justin.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So shout out, Bo Justin.
Hell of a fucking personality, bro.
He's from Jersey. Like we're line brothers. We crossed at the same time, but he crossed in Jersey. I crossed here.
Oh, that is dope.
Yeah, so we're part of the same fraternity, but different states.
Different like states.
But because we are part of the same frat, we get along. Yeah.
That is
you would
dope,
think we've known each other for like our entire lives, but nah. We've only known each other for well now it's 6 years.
6 years?
But yeah.
That is dope cuz like you legit got like people in different places. Yeah, like legit people in different places.
There's an online server with like probably like 8,000 bros that you hit up if you're traveling anywhere. Hey, does anybody have somebody like a couch for me to sleep on? Or if you're looking for a job in a certain city or certain recommendations, You can hit the online
That
server.
is dope.
Yeah, and it, like, bro,
That's connection.
one of the craziest things with Frat, at least, one of the brothers is actually a partner for the firm that bought Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, which is crazy to think of
That is
Latinos doing that type
wild.
of shit. Yeah.
But I mean that's the dope. That's the whole kind of point of frat, right?
Yeah.
Like, you get
Having that
together and
connectivity,
like,
yeah.
and then that spreads out.
Yeah.
To like connect.
Not only that, but like for me, like, you know, especially among my friend group, they see me as like, oh, like, you doing a bunch of shit. Like
'Cause
that.
you are.
Like for me, those guys, they're doing a bunch of shit. So it's somebody for me to look up to.
And it's dope that like you humble yourself, cause from the perspective that you me lo dices, like you humble yourself, cause if you realize you're doing a lot that a lot of people would wish to be doing.
Yeah.
But like it's a matter of huevos, bro. It's
Yeah,
a matter of like putting your heart, soul, mind to it. You
Yeah.
feel me? So you are doing a lot, and you humble yourself.
I
You're
try
like,
to, man. I
you're
try
like,
to.
You're like you're saying like they're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, bro, you're doing a lot.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot too. I mean, respect to that, bro. I
Yeah.
really respect that. Like, you're doing a lot, bro.
There's a thin line that you always walk, and this is for everybody that you try to
Pay attention,
underplay
people.
yourself. Viola Davis actually talked about it in her autobiography, that at least for, you know, the black community, but I think it applies to us too, is that our accomplishments are normalized. Like what we accomplished, it's supposed to be normal.
Yeah,
We're
like-
supposed to do that.
Okay, yeah, like don't want an achievement for something you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, I see,
exactly.
I see.
Like because of where our people come from, like we're supposed to be resilient. We're supposed to do all this. We're supposed to go above and beyond, because like, and I find myself doing this all the time, because I always say like, my dad might not have even gone to middle school or finished middle school. No, he actually didn't even go to middle school. My mom barely finished middle school. So to me, for them to make that jump from Mexico to here, and, you know, to a country they've never learned anything about, etc.
No language, no nothing,
Exactly.
no money.
And for them to be now business owners and have their own place, 40 acres, a rancho, all that shit. I'm like, yo, I could be a fucking, I could be the next president, and it would not equate to what they've done.
Hell yeah.
But that's normalizing my accomplishments. Like, that's saying like, no matter what I do, it's not going to be enough. So it's
I see what you mean.
it's weird, right? Because it keeps you hungry, but at the same time, it also bottles you down, because you're never going to be satisfied.
Yeah.
So it's a thin line.
That's crazy, because we talked about that in the last episode too, cause and we talked about it because working out. My cousin said that once you start working out and like you see change in your body, you're never gonna be satisfied. You're gonna look at your body and be like, I could do more.
Yeah.
I could look bigger. You feel me? And now it's tying into a whole different subject. Like, you never gonna be satisfied in life at what you're doing.
Yep.
Like,
I've been working
you're
out for 13
ambitious.
years.
You're always
and
ambitious.
it's still not satisfied.
Yeah, I feel you on
Yeah.
that, man. I feel you on that. That is wild, because I never put my like perspective into like a different point of view, because everything ends up tying together.
Yeah.
And back then I thought like some things were different or separate, but everything ties together, and I really love to see that. To be honest.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, people say I'm doing a lot because I can put my shit on a resume, but they're probably doing a lot too. Just because they're not doing it professionally or for a professional reason doesn't mean they're not doing a lot.
Facts. Yeah, people like don't ever think your work is something that is taken for granted. It's not.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it pays off either one way or another. Like, but it pays off, cause at the end of the day, someone notices, and like whatever you push to give out, you're gonna get in return.
Because if you think about it, you're doing just as much. You're working. You're doing the podcast thing. You're doing the fighting.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
God.
You know, that's three things that
Bro.
most people are probably just working. That's it. Going on the weekends.
Bro.
Like,
It can
anything
be
above that,
straining.
it's a lot. you
Yeah,
know?
and the crazy thing is that like sometimes people can like what I noticed is that some people take the title and then take it for granted.
Yeah.
Like saying like, oh, you own a podcast. Like, oh, that's I mean simple, easy shit, bro. It's not. Like even saying like your job. That like somebody would say like, you're in the office all day.
Yeah.
It's an easy job, bro. It's not.
Yeah.
Like you probably busting your noggin all day long. Like I would probably have no hair completely. Like
Yeah.
bro, no color. But yeah, like some people can try to push down your accomplishment, but I mean, try to push it off to the side. People like whatever you do, bro, it always matters. At the end of the day, bro, it pays off.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be for you. If you're doing it for
Yeah.
somebody else, it's...
I mean, take this man for example.
It's never going to pay
like,
off, man.
He's been pushing for most of his life, bro, and he's still pushing.
Yeah.
To this day. And it's crazy to think, because that whole college thing, the majors, you took it as a whim.
Yeah.
Legit. Like, they were like, fuck it, as a joke.
Yeah,
You're
literally
like,
as a joke. Yep.
Entre broma y broma, la verdad se asoma.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you feel me? So,
And I'm
like,
actually doing better in my master's than I was in undergrad. So I almost got perfect grades in my
Respect,
master's. Yeah.
that is good,
I've
bro.
only had one B or one C, I think. What's that?
That is dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, you just gotta figure out what you want to use it into, like.
I mean, honestly, it's just to get paid more. That's what I did.
Cause okay, so how that works? So as more degrees you get, the more money they're like willing to offer
If
you.
you know how to talk to people and you know how to sell yourself, yeah. So that's part of it too. Is well, like you can be a nerd, but if you don't know, like, you can be a nerd and like put these reports together wonderfully, but if you can't explain it to people, what's the point?
That is crazy, cause me and my friends are a lot into fighting.
Yeah.
Well, one of my friends named Harvey, the one from the first episode, and there's the same thing like with a fighter. Like, if you're not willing to learn how to sell yourself,
Yep.
you can't like make that money.
Yep.
You might be like the best fighter, you might be the best worker or the best employee for that position.
Yep.
But if you can't like socially explain yourself, socially sell yourself, socially be like, I'm the best one there is for this spot. It don't work like that.
I mean, that's what I attest to being where I'm at, because at the end of the day, I like, you know, I pitched myself to my current company because
you can talk, bro.
It was like,
because you can talk.
It was from insurance to home improvement. It has nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do.
But like I told them, it's numbers. I speak numbers. I know what they do. I know how to put them together. I can tell you what this big ass equation will come down to. That's what it is, right? And that's what I always said. Like, I might not be the smartest, but I'm gonna be right up there. But I'm also gonna be right up there with the public speakers and all this other stuff. And I mean, it comes with practice, because I used to not be. But I mean, that also just comes from like small interactions like this, talking, right? Interactions with strangers, stuff like that. It helps out a lot, and especially if you hear other people talk, right? Whether it's like through a podcast, or whether it's a inspirational talk, a TED talk, whatever the case is, you start picking up from these people. And bro, honestly, like half the words that I know, I don't even know where the fuck I learned them, because I don't read as much as I need to. But yeah, it's interactions, it's hearing other people use them in context. Like, you know, some people are like, yo, like you speak like, you have all these words. They're like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but I'm kind of doing what those people did for me, for you. Like, you know, if you don't know it, you at least heard it once. You can either go look it up, or next time you'd be like,
it's knowledge.
Yeah, it's knowledge.
At the end of the day, it's knowledge.
Exactly.
Like, you get you pick up a little bit everywhere, and that's the amazing thing about it. Because the more you know in general, like life becomes easier.
Yep.
Like,
but that's the thing. That's where I attest the whole college degree is. Some people are given knowledge and they don't know what to do with it. With a college degree, you can at least say, if you give me knowledge, I'll apply it somewhere. If it doesn't work, I'll keep applying it until it makes sense. You know?
Yeah, because, I mean, sometimes it could tie down to money. Like, it ties down to, because you're spending money there. Like, not trying to say, like, it's not morally, like, equal to it, but, like, you're still spending money on it, and so like you gotta do something.
Exactly.
It's not, the point is to invest to gain.
Yep.
Not invest and go into debt.
Yeah.
I mean, some people don't understand it, because I've seen some people go into debt badly.
Yeah.
Like,
I couldn't do that.
It's
No way,
student loans.
I actually got the opportunity to go and play football for Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, which is a full engineering. Yeah, they're like a second. I don't know what it's called in college football. I think there's like
Si tú no sabes,
Division 1, which is like the top, and Division 2 and Division 3. So I got a few Division 3s, and then this was like my highest one. And they were actually like five-year running conference champions. It was an all-engineering school that competed with MIT. You might have heard of MIT.
Yeah.
But the only reason why they weren't as well known is because they didn't offer doctorates at that school. So yeah, they wanted me to go play football.
The doctorates are the PhD.
The PhD,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
The motherfuckers are at school all the time.
I kind of.
You got it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, if I don't end up doing engineering, I'm stuck because it's all engineering school. Not only that, it was $60,000 a year. So they offered me $30,000 for the football scholarship.
Yeah.
I never asked how much they would give me for the academic portion, and it was in Illinois. I didn't want to go to Illinois. Yeah, but I had quite a few opportunities of schools wanting me to go play football for them. Yeah,
that is dope.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been a good experience. But I mean, like I told myself, if it's not for Division One, honestly, I didn't even know what I was doing in football. They just told me go block the first guy you see, and I was stronger than anybody. Yeah. So that's what I did. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, if it's not for Division One, probably not gonna go play in the NFL. So what's the point? I'm just gonna spend more time on the football field.
On the football field and
less
studying.
Time, studying and having a good time. Yeah.
Decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life. I mean, because at the end of the day, is life. Life gets in the way. Yeah. It's not that it gets in the way. It's just the better route for it. Yeah. Because, I mean, I personally see it that you're doing good. I mean,
trying to. Always trying to push the envelope. You know.
Yeah. I mean, go for it.
Yeah.
Because I know you can, bro. Yeah. Go for it. And I mean, everybody out there, bro. Whatever y'all want to give, bro, go for it, bro. Like, it's about mind games, bro. Like, you gotta put your mind to it.
Yeah, there's no reason not to, honestly.
Exactly.
There's no reason not to, especially if you prepare yourself as best as you can. Just go for it. And if all else fails, you can always come back.
Yeah, exactly. And restart again.
Yeah, that's it.
There's no problem with restarting again.
Especially as younger people, like, there's no reason to not take that jump, not, put that video out there, not put that song out there. If you're creating content,
like, whatever y'all want to do, just do it.
Yep.
At the end of the day, there's always, like, because people stop themselves from, like, because what would they say? Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck what they say, bro. At the end of the day, people are going to say what they want to say, bro. So, like, might as well
there's always going to be somebody sitting on the couch not doing shit, commenting about something that you're doing and you actually love to do.
And they hating it.
Yeah, they're hating it. They absolutely hating it. Because they can't do it.
Exactly. So, I heard people, whatever y'all want to do, bro, go and do it.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap it up real quick because we're going to go get lit now.
Yeah, for sure.
But thank you very much, everybody that stayed tuned for my last episode. I really appreciate it. Like and follow and subscribe, share.
Oh, well.
You want to give out your information, your IG, your Facebook?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if I can ever be a mentor to anybody who's, going to college or whatever the case is.
Not a mentor, but you're an inspiration, bro. To a lot of people,
man.
Bro. Because, I mean, bro, think about it. Like, for the age you're doing, like, you're doing a lot. You're getting, like, your majors, you got your undergrad, you got a house, you working, like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, the funny thing
like
is,
you're just saying, like, a lot of people are not willing to take it.
The funny thing is, I actually envision myself doing this a lot younger, so I feel like I'm behind.
That you're behind.
Yeah.
But
that's always the case.
I feel that's everyone.
Yep.
I feel everyone is like, by this age, I'm doing this, and like, it's not that simple. Yeah. But I mean, you're doing great in life.
Trying to. You're
doing great in life, but you want to give out your information?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we haven't put out any episodes. I know we put out a few with you. No Cap CLT is still No Cap.
Yeah, facts.
Should be out Huevo, but whatever the case is, you can follow the Instagram. Not really posting anything. So if you want to follow my personal @Carlos_the Carolina God, GAWD. then again, my shit's private. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah,
If you seem cool, I'll follow you back.
Exactly,
you know
bro. Cause like some people, some of y'all be weird.
Fernando.
Some of y'all people be weird. Some of y'all people be weird. So I can't blame
I post
you, bro.
too much personal shit on there.
Facts. And my boy is a golden ticket. Bro. Y'all already heard the things he do, bro. So don't play with him. Don't come with no sideways thing. But thank you for tuning in, bro. Hopefully we entertained you a little bit. We gave you a little bit of knowledge. I know I gave you a lot of bit of knowledge because like I had this in mind for a minute because I have no knowledge about college or nothing like this. So this gives me an insight. Hopefully it gives y'all an insight. And we out, people.
Bet.
Y'all be safe.